Hey everybody, Rights Crispy here. This next video was sent to me by Christopher, who lives in Gulf Breeze, Florida, a small coastal town in the Panhandle. Many of you know that snow blanketed the streets for the first time in 30 years and like never before. But what should have been a peaceful morning of people enjoying this rare phenomenon turned into a more common but troubling encounter caught on both body cam and dash cam videos. This town has become notorious for its revenue-generating speed traps, and the citizens are sick of it. Christopher was simply on his way home from work, driving cautiously at 35 to 40 miles per hour in a 45-mile-per-hour zone. Despite his responsible driving, a Gulf Breeze police officer pulled him over, claiming that snowy conditions gave him the authority to determine Christopher's speed unsafe, without any law being broken or any traffic infraction being committed.
Hey, can you roll your window down?
It's snowing. Is there some sort of problem?
What? I can't hear you. I need.
There's some sort of problem.
Yeah, you're speeding. I need your.
I'm not speeding.
You're going way too fast for conditions. I need your driver's. I need your driver's license, registration, and insurance.
I'm driving 35 miles an hour, sir.
And I don't know if you've noticed, but it's snowing in Florida,
Sir,
where none
I'm
of the.
very experienced driving in this kind of weather.
Okay,
I'm driving
driver's
cars
license,
all
registration,
the
insurance.
time.
Driver's license, registration,
Sir,
insurance.
The only one doing anything illegal
Driver's-
was you by following me too close and tailgating.
Driver's
me, sir.
license, registration,
There you
proof
go,
of
sir.
insurance.
I will be pursuing you in court.
All right,
sir.
go ahead and
You
step out of the
wronged me.
car.
When Christopher requested a supervisor, the situation escalated. Instead of addressing his concerns, the officer forcefully removed him from the truck. Two additional officers, including the sergeant, quickly joined in, slamming Christopher against his vehicle with such force that a noticeable dent was left on the side of his truck.
You wronged
Go
me.
ahead and
Pulled
step
me
out of the
over.
car.
I want you to call
Sir,
your sergeant,
step out of the
please.
car.
Step out.
Please
Step
call
out.
the
I'll be
sergeant.
happy to
I
call
will.
one for you. Step out of the car.
Please call the sergeant.
I got you. I got you.
Please call the sergeant.
Step out of this. He's asking you to step out
No,
of the vehicle.
he's wrongfully
He's
and
asking you to
illegally
step-
pulled me over. There's no reason
807,
to. I was
please
going
go here.
35 miles an hour, sir.
All right. So this is the thing.
I'm very experienced driving in this kind of weather, sir. I was doing nothing wrong. I was going 35 miles an hour. If anybody did anything illegal, this gentleman was tailgating me in icing hazard conditions. If I would have pushed on my brakes, he would have gone right into me at the distance which he was following me. Look, guys, this is wrong.
So, like I said, if we ask you to step out,
Why?
you have to step out.
It's snowing.
So we ask you to step out.
I don't want to step out of my
Yeah.
vehicle. It's snowing, sir.
If I ask you, if he asks you
I
to step out,
gave you my
if
license.
he
That's
asks you-
what I'm
if we
required
ask-
to
we-
do.
So we ask you, dude, listen.
I don't need to step.
You do have to step out. If I ask you to step out, or if he
For
asks
what
you to step out, we're asking you to
reason?
get out of the
It's
vehicle.
my safety.
So we're asking you to step out of
Sir,
the vehicle.
there's no reason. It's snowing and icing conditions
that's
right now.
fine.
I'd rather not step out of the vehicle. I'm perfectly fine in my car.
Sir, you don't have that option. Your
So-
option is to go to jail or step out of the
What,
vehicle.
what reason would you be arresting me right now?
For failing to
I'm
step
gonna-
out of the vehicle
I'm
after
gonna
giving you a
start
lawful
recording
warning.
this.
We're recording it too.
So
Okay.
step out of the vehicle.
No, we're gonna
Step,
record
step.
this.
You can step
Oh,
out.
You step out of the vehicle after giving you a lawful
recording
order. We're recording it too.
So
Okay.
step out of the vehicle.
No, we're gonna record
All right.
You can step
out of
I'm
the
asking
vehicle.
for your sergeant.
All right. You will get my sergeant to step out of the vehicle.
Hey, you.
Step out of the vehicle.
Whoa.
We pulled.
What's going on here, guys? Oh my God!
Put your hands behind your back.
Get in my car!
You're gonna get paid. Put your hands behind your back.
Absolutely uncalled for.
Put your hands. Stop resisting.
I will be contacting Judge Duncan in Santa Rosa
Stop
County
resisting.
as well as in Escambia County.
Stop
Gentlemen,
resisting.
you guys.
Stop resisting, sir. You're going to get tased.
Gentlemen, this is illegal. You're violating my rights. This is illegal. You dented my vehicle. You've damaged my car. We'll be filing formal complaint against you guys.
My name's Officer Harder. Go ahead.
Okay, I will be. Guys,
Do not
this is
twist.
wrong.
Do not
I did
twist.
not speed.
Stop.
I wasn't even
We have to
doing
double
anything
lock your
wrong.
cuffs.
Sir, this is out of control.
Don't argue with it right now. We'll talk about it. If you just freaking calm down, dude. I just got here. I gotta protect my officers.
Yeah, from what, sir? What
You're
are you
resisting us.
resisting what?
Not doing what you're being told.
For what reason?
Damn, it's your vehicle.
You can't just grab somebody out of their vehicle and put cuffs on them for no reason. All right, what are you doing? This is illegal. Do you understand what
He's
you're doing?
on the other
It's
side.
illegal.
Other side.
Gentlemen, we have a new administration in this country. country. This is illegal, guys. What you're doing is illegal.
Wait.
Gentlemen, you don't have a right to search me. What you are doing is illegal. Sir, you know this.
I'm Officer Davis.
You're violating my rights.
I'm Officer Davis.
You are violating my rights, sir. That's all I'm saying. This is wrong, gentlemen. This is wrong.
Take a seat. Take a seat.
Gentlemen, this is wrong.
Right now is not the time and place, dude.
Gentlemen, this is wrong.
Take you a minute. Take a breather, all right? So, I'm coming on the bridge. I'm riding around with my cruise on. He comes up behind me. He's hauling ass. I turn my lights on to slow him down. He just keeps going. Turn my lights on again. He's still going. Got behind him. Lit him up all the way over at Wayside Park. We were slow rolling all the way over here. He didn't turn his turn signal on until about halfway between the hospital, or not the hospital, the hotel and here. I go up, the window's cracked. I can't even hear him. He says, I told him the reason for the stop. He starts arguing with me. Didn't roll his window down. I can't understand what he's saying. He's yelling at me. So I told him to step out of the vehicle. He's sitting there yelling at me. I can't understand what he's saying. It's a safety thing at that point. And,
So by that time, that's about time for.
Eventually, a captain arrived. By then, the original officer had a hard time justifying the stop. His explanations crumbled as he ran out of excuses recounting the incident with his supervisor. His lie tank just sputtered empty.
Well, I'm like, so I'm trying to explain to him. He asked you to step out of the vehicle. You gotta come out. So, he says he was only doing 35 and he was tailgating him and all that stuff. So, and that was by the time I called you and. Sorry.
What's this he's yelling about his car or
because when we pulled him out of the car, he started fucking back on me and I pushed him up against the car. I was not planning on stopping him until
I hit a patch of ice on North Cliff trying to get around to y'all, about slid into a house, and then right here too.
Yeah, I was going 35 the whole length of the bridge because it was that bad. And I was just going to tell him, slow down because it's way too fast for conditions. And he starts.
Go ahead and explain to him.
I was driving on the bridge with my cruise lights on. He came up at a high rate of speed behind me. I flashed my lights to try to slow him down. He kept going. Flashed him again, left him on for a minute. He kept going. Once we safely got off the bridge, lit him up at Wayside. He continued driving. I turned my siren on. We had the siren activated all the way to here. He finally stopped. Go up to the vehicle. Window has so one little crack that I can't even see him or hear him. I can't understand what he's saying. He starts yelling at me. So I tell him to step out of the car because sitting there, he's being showing aggressive behavior. He's in a vehicle barrier. He starts saying he's not going to let me step out of the car. I removed myself from the situation. Officer Davis tried talking to him for a second while I stood back. He still was refusing to get out of the car. We then used force to get him out of the car. He kept trying to buck up on us, and we pushed him back to put his cuffs on him. And sent me dented the car and busted the window. It was just too fast for conditions to the initial stop.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're good. Get back on my
Get a picture of the dead man and everything. Make sure you note that in the report. Picture of the dead damage and everything, and make sure you note that in the report. Yep. He's just
Right, so all I kept hearing him say is license, registration, insurance, all that good stuff. By the time I walked up, he was saying, I want a sergeant. It's like, all right, cool. I stepped back to call him. So I was trying to explain to him. I said, hey, dude, listen. If he's asking you to step out of the car, he's asking you to step out of the car. You have to comply with it. He was like, well, I don't have to comply. You have to tell me why. I was like, dude, it's a stop. But he's asking you to step out of the car. So at that point, you're getting a lawful legal command.
Citizen type stuff.
No, not really. I didn't feel that way.
Right, so when I pulled up, that's when they started fighting him, and so I grabbed a hold of him. And like, now's not the time, man. We'll talk about it. Just sit down. And they said, well, we got new leadership in the country. There's no reason for this. So, all right. I'll go back and try to talk to him since he wants to talk to a sergeant. Yeah. And see what his story is. But I figure we give him time to calm down.
Yeah.
All right. Northcliffe, I about lost it into a front yard because it's pure ice.
Yeah.
I was wrecked out on the north end of the bridge.
Despite Christopher's calm demeanor and valid concerns, the captain supported the officer's actions, and he had the sergeant issue him a summons for resisting an officer, a vague and often abused charge used to punish those who challenged police authority.
All right, sir. So in speaking with my captain, we understand your point of view where you said you weren't aware of the case law. Correct. But if you're given a lawful command by an officer, we've gone over this. I get it. Hold on. I'm going. I'm going. I got you. I'm going. If you'll listen to me, I'm going somewhere with this. Okay. As long as you're calm and compliant, the captain has agreed, due to conditions and everything like that, to let you leave with a court date instead of going to the jail on the resisting charge.
Sir, I didn't resist arrest.
You resisted
my... Hold on a second, sir. Look, I'm going to appeal to you as a human being, as a citizen of this community. I didn't resist arrest. And for you to charge me with something like that...
You were obstructing justice, which is resisting. When we give you commands to place your hands behind your back and you refuse to do so and pull away,
I did not do that. I did, and I will tell you right now, sir, every officer involved in this, I will go contact Lori Raybon.
You can you have that right. Contact whatever lawyer you want.
This is wrong.
I'm trying to give you the facts of today's case.
I understand, but I didn't resist arrest.
Okay. I was here. I was a witness to that.
First of all, there was no probable cause to pull me over in the first place. I wasn't speeding, sir.
Do you see the conditions of the road? I do. The unsalted roads?
I wasn't speeding, sir.
Okay. Too fast for conditions is his own statute.
Sure.
That's why we have officers on the road with their lights on trying to slow people down.
You're in a two-wheel drive vehicle.
I'm in an all-wheel drive vehicle. That's an all-wheel drive. That's an all-wheel drive vehicle as well.
It doesn't matter. I wasn't speeding. I wasn't breaking any laws.
All right. I'm trying to inform you the facts of what the law states.
Okay.
Okay?
Sir, look, if you want to give me a ticket for speeding, that's fine. But to sit here and charge me with resisting arrest?
What I'm trying to tell you is in lieu of a physical arrest and going to jail, it's like a paper ticket that you appear in front of a judge and you state the facts that you're stating to me in front of a judge, and it's taken care of that way. That way you're not sitting in a jail cell. That's what we're trying to afford you the opportunity of. But we want you to be...
Why are you... I'm trying to get to where you're saying I resisted arrest. Sir, I was physically pulled out of my truck.
Because you failed to obey a lawful command to exit the vehicle.
Then
after we told you to place your hands behind your back, you refused to do that. We had to force you to put your hands behind your back.
No, that's not true.
That's exactly what happened. I was here.
Sir,
it's on video.
Sir, that's not true. My hands were already behind my back by the time you walked up.
No, I was the one holding your arm trying to get it behind your back. I showed up when you were already out of the vehicle, and you're still resisting my officers.
Sir, I asking your officer, when he asked me to get out of the vehicle, we're in snowing conditions, why are you asking, why do I have to get out of my vehicle in snowing conditions when you pulled me over for a speeding ticket? I'm not due a response or a reason for that?
An officer at any time on a traffic stop can request you to step out of the vehicle and you must comply. That is case law.
Okay, but me asking for why he's asking me to do that...
An officer at the time does not have to explain those facts.
Considering the conditions out here...
The officer at the time does not have to give those facts.
And you think that's a reason to charge a citizen with resisting arrest?
Yes, you're obstructing justice. You're given a lawful command for a reason to step out of the vehicle. So...
Okay, I would appreciate not going to jail, sir.
That's what I'm trying to work out for you.
I'm not saying that I'm in agreement.
I get that. You don't have to be. I get that. You have every right to not agree to it. I get that. Nobody, usually anybody that's arrested, never agrees to the reason they're arrested. Hold on.
Is this how we
Let me
treat
finish.
each other as human beings? This is
I was
wrong.
sitting there trying to talk to you, and you kept resisting us. I said,
Sir.
calm down. You need to be in handcuffs, and we can talk about it. But you continued to pull away from us.
Because nobody would give me an answer as to why I'm being dragged out of my vehicle.
All you got to do is shut up, go in handcuffs, and then I'm going to talk to you like this. But if I show up and you're actively pulling away from my officers, that poses an issue.
Why do you have handcuffs on?
Because you were given a lawful command to exit the vehicle.
But
You
why
failed to do
couldn't we
so.
have this conversation without having handcuffs?
Because you failed to comply.
But
You were
why
given
did
the
I-
option.
But sir, you
Okay,
wanted to
we're done. We're going in circles. Roll out the window.
But Christopher isn't backing down. He plans to fight these baseless accusations in court and pursue a civil lawsuit. His case serves as a stark reminder of how easily authority can be abused. Stay tuned as Christopher pursues accountability and justice. If you enjoy this content, please hit the like and subscribe. In a society where the law is supposed to protect people, those who abuse it must be held responsible. This is another reminder to always record the police.
Sorry, Charlie.